WWE hinted at a romance between two female stars on screen 4 times. For decades, WWE has featured a number of captivating stories. The tale with Dominik Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley is a perfect illustration of the romantic angles, which are among the most fascinating. A few times, the Stanford-based advertising hinted to a romance between two women. However, the majority of romantic perspectives featured male and female superstars. This listicle will examine 4 instances in which WWE hinted at a potential romance between two women on TV. Despite being opponents in 2025, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley had a close friendship and had collaborated as a tag team in the past. Fans noticed that WWE had hired two women to give each other flirtatious vibes during their time together. Some admirers even believed that Liv and Rhea were actually dating. Rhea Ripley joined Judgment Day, turned heel, and even attacked and hurt Morgan, so things didn't get any better for the two. The Miracle Kid then avenged Rhea by robbing her of Dominik Mysterio, her kayfabe boyfriend, and the rest is history. Liv Morgan, the former women's world champion, had intimate relationships with other women besides Rhea Ripley. The Miracle Kid was a part of a love triangle arc involving Rusev, Bobby Lashley, and Lana in 2019. On Raw, Liv Morgan ruined the ravishing Russian's wedding to Bobby Lashley by revealing herself as Lana's actual love interest. The strange plotline, nevertheless, was short-lived. Trish Stratus and Mickie James are regarded as two of the best female professional wrestlers in history. The two began a strange plot in late 2005 when Mickie became Trish's fan. James's adoration for Stratus became an obsession over the course of the months, and at WrestleMania 22, the Hardcore Country fought Trish for the Women's Championship. Throughout her career, the Nightmare has been connected to a number of ladies, including former WWE Raw ring announcer Samantha Irvin, Liv Morgan, and Kathy Kelly. Fans have already started to ship the two women and have given them the nickname Ryo because she is most recently a part of a plot with Io Sky. But the sold-out venue made for an electrifying environment during Monday Night Raw's July 28, 2025 show. Fans anticipated mayhem, and WWE delivered it in spades. Earlier in the evening, the main event of the show, a huge 8-woman tag team bout with some of the top names in the women's division, was revealed. Naomi, Bianca Belair, Zelina Vega, and Shayna Baszler were on one side. Many people thought they were the ideal mix of power and athleticism. On the opposite side, a powerful group comprising Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley had surfaced. A collision of styles, eras, and legacies occurred. The excitement was incredible from the minute the bell rung. Io Sky was the first song Naomi performed, and the audience instantly burst into alternating chants. Io attempted to keep up with Naomi's lightning-fast moves, but her athleticism kept up with her every step of the way. The crowd stood up after the initial confrontation ended in a standoff. The wave of nostalgia struck as Nikki Bella joined in. Nikki quickly reminded everyone why she used to dominate the division while fighting in her first Raw big event in years. She and Bianca Belair faced off, exchanging ferocious taunting and power moves. Nikki countered with a devastating forearm that left the EST stunned after Bianca attacked her with a spine-buster that rocked the ring. Chaos quickly erupted throughout the contest. In her first significant Raw appearance since joining WWE, Stephanie Vaquer brought a vicious edge. She displayed her technical skill by using submissions and strong kicks to attack Zelina Vega. When she locked Zelina in a vicious arm trap choke, the audience screamed, but Shayna Baszler quickly intervened and broke it up. The alliances and chemistry really came into play as the match came to a head. After Naomi's team came together, they executed a series of double-team moves that almost put Nikki Bella out for the count. However, the tide was changed when her enforcer, Rhea Ripley, charged in with a powerful boot. The last moments were crazy. Bianca and Zelina were eliminated when Io Sky performed a crazy moonsault to the outside after launching herself from the top rope. After sliding back into the ring, Stephanie Vaquer used a brutal DDT to neutralize Shayna. The only remaining legitimate rivals were Rhea Ripley and Naomi. With her trademark quickness, Naomi attempted to rally the crowd with a rear view that had everyone cheering. 1, 2, but Nikki Bella grabbed the referee's arm and stopped the pinfall in time. Rhea recovered from the diversion and used a stunning riptide to catch Naomi in midair. Before covering Naomi, Stephanie Vacker tagged herself in and delivered a final, devastating knee strike. 1, 2, 3. As Rhea Ripley, Iyo Sky, Stephanie Vacker, and Nikki Bella stood erect, the audience exploded. Nikki Bella showed that she could still hang with the best by lifting her arms high after being away for years. Vacker declared to the WWE Universe that she belonged, while Rhea and Iyo exchanged a threatening, dominant gaze. Naomi and her group, meanwhile, sat outside, looking daggers at the winners in a defiant and dissatisfied manner. It was obvious that this match was just the start of a bigger conflict in the women's division of WWE. If this is the future of Raw, the women's division is about to be more dangerous and more exciting than ever before, the commentators said as they concluded the episode. But before the bell rung, the July 2nd episode of WWE Monday Night Raw was already a flurry of activity. In anticipation of a first-ever matchup between Stephanie Vacker, the internationally acclaimed sensation who had just joined WWE from the international scene, and Iyo Sky, the high-flying genius of the sky, fans flocked to the arena. This was more than simply a game. It was a display of styles, pitting Chile's technical accuracy against Japan's aerial flair. It was a furious start to the encounter. Iyo tested Vacker's poise with her lightning-fast strikes. Stephanie tried to keep the high flyer bound to the mat by retaliating with grounded submissions. The audience cheered louder and louder with each reversal. It was an unadulterated wrestling clinic that was bound to go down in history. But then the situation descended into anarchy. The Titantron flashed in the middle of the fight. When Naomi's song began, the audience burst into cheers. She was obviously scouting the action as she confidently strode down to ringside. What is Naomi doing here? The commentary crew wondered. Does she have unresolved business with Vacker? Or is she aiming for Iyo? Naomi's presence was enough to divert attention as the two combatants continued their battle, but when Rhea Ripley's theme song's eerie guitar riff entered the stadium, things became more heated. With determined eyes, the former women's world champion bounded down the ramp. The crowd erupted, with some booing and some cheering. Without hesitation, Rhea climbed into the ring. Never one to back down, Stephanie Vacker stood toe-to-toe with her as Iyo waited for the right opportunity to attack. Naomi circled the ring like a predator ready for prey as the three women were briefly trapped in a standoff. Fists suddenly flew. The first to strike was Rhea Ripley, who used a loud clothesline to floor Vacker. In an attempt to assault Rhea, Iyo leaped from the ropes, but the powerhouse caught her in mid-strike and slammed her to the ground. Seizing the opportunity, Naomi slid inside and kicked Rhea in the head with a spinning motion that actually caused the Eradicator to stumble. The fight quickly got out of hand. The gals tore through security like paper as they hurried down. "This is awesome," was screamed by the audience as all four let go their rage. Iyo and Rhea fought their way up the entry ramp as Stephanie Vacker locked Naomi in a devastating submit. At last, the ruckus was broken up by WWE officials. Anger at the chaos, the Raw GM's voice burst over the PA system. He announced that the four women will square off in a major tag bout the next week because it was obvious they had things to settle. Iyo Sky and Stephanie Vacker versus Naomi and Rhea Ripley. The announcement was met with roars from the crowd, who were already drooling over the prospect of the fight. Four of the top women's wrestlers in the world stood defiantly, looking at one another as the July 2nd Raw went to black instead of having a winner in the ring. But SummerSlam 2025, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez highlights the atmosphere was electrifying and the stage was set for SummerSlam 2025. As two exciting teams got ready to face off in one of the night's most anticipated matches, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, fans inside the arena were giddy. The crowd was on fire from the first bell. The group's youngest and most vivacious member, Roxanne Perez, started against Charlotte Flair. Typical of her royal haughtiness, Charlotte smirked at the diminutive Perez and shoved her in mockery. In response, Perez sent Charlotte reeling to her corner with a devastating dropkick, a springboard head scissor, and lightning-fast arm drags. "Let's go, Roxanne," the crowd chanted. The speed changed when Alexa Bliss joined in. In order to get an advantage, Bliss pulled Perez's hair and made fun of her, using her slyness and psychological techniques. She attempted an early cover after landing a strong DDT, but Roxanne kicked her out. Raquel Rodriguez entered the ring at that point, and things took a turn for the worse. The crowd gasped at the powerhouse's strength after she gave Alexa a thunderous fallaway slam and then a stalling suplex. Angry, Charlotte barged back in without a tag and used her trademark, "Whoa," to slit Raquel's chest. The noise reverberated across the arena, but Raquel ignored it and gave Charlotte a hard boot. Soon, as the referee fought to keep the peace, all four women engaged in a brawl in the center of the ring, exchanging blows. When Charlotte trapped Roxanne in the figure-8 leg lock, it was the pivotal moment in the contest. The crowd believed it was finished, but Raquel broke the hold by reaching in with her long arms and pulling Perez to safety. Shortly after, Roxanne rolled out of the path just in time to block Alexa's attempt to strike Twisted Bliss. Perez executed her trademark Code Red move, Bliss with Pop Rocks, with impeccable timing, while Raquel simultaneously gave Charlotte a Tajana bomb. The crowd were on their feet after the double impact. Raquel kept watch, Roxanne covered Alexa, and the referee called 1, 2, 3. When Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defeated two of WWE's most illustrious superstars, the arena erupted. While Charlotte stared angrily at the outcome, obviously planning her retaliation, Roxanne gave Raquel a joyful hug. Alexa, on the other hand, rolled out of the ring impatiently, giving Perez a look that suggested this feud was far from ended. Commentators referred to it as a career-defining moment for Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, as fireworks illuminated the arena as the winning pair celebrated. At SummerSlam 2025, WWE had yet another historic moment. Greetings and welcome to my channel, dear viewers. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Lima. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.